How you doing? What if I tell you the story Hills Have Eyes, Wrong Turn was based on two families, true history story about camels inbred families. One over in Scotland, Ireland, and the other two here in the United States of America. Three, really. So yeah, let's dive into it. The first one is about a Scottish legend, started by a name Sawyer Bean, a Scotland legend. The second one would be in Appalachia, a barbarian inbred camel Appalachia family. The first video is 49 minutes long. I'm gonna make the second one go right behind that, so enjoy, shall we?
If you're watching this video right now, chances are you're a fan of the Scream movies. Or at the very least, Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy Krueger with the glove. Or maybe another Wes Craven classic known as The People Under the Stairs. Well, today's today's Grim Adventure is all about The Hills Have Eyes. To be completely honest, this video is really about the inspiration to The Hills Have Eyes. The story, the Scottish legend of the Sawney Bean clan that inspired Wes Craven to not only write but also direct the movie. Just in case you haven't seen the movie The Hills Have Eyes, basically it's a family, like a suburban family, that heads out to the desert, and basically they have a run-in with these cannibals that live out in the desert mountains. The Sawney Bean clan, instead of the mountains in the desert, they actually lived or took up residence, killed, dismembered, and ate people in a cave. That cave is at the bottom of this cliff that I'm standing on. Now, baby Ghoul, before we turned on the camera, we did walk around trying to find the best route down to the caves instead of going straight over, which might be the quickest and shortest route. But what do you think?
There is a path that a lot of people have taken down, and we did about half of that. I do have a fear of heights. I have a fear of it. The path is right along the cliff edge. If you straight either side, you're going to lose your footing, obviously. So I made it about halfway down before my fear really kicked in and kind of paralyzed me. I'm going to try to make it down this time, but we'll see if I can get there. So if you're like me and you're adventurous, but you have some things that hold you back, I don't know if I would suggest this 100% for you, but I'm going to try it because I really want to see this cave.
Now, I'm going to actually go one step further and say, don't come out here. With all seriousness, though, unless you are like of peak physical health or adventurous and the ground really isn't wet, you could really hurt yourself. And I don't want anybody coming out here and going, oh, the Grims did it, and they come out here and something happens. Watch this video, go on the adventure through us. But, again, don't come out here. But, if you were to come out here to seek out the Sawney Bean Cave, when you get to the car park, more than likely you're going to walk right over to this corner like we are right now and look down. Everybody takes this path. It is treacherous. It is straight down. I'm going to go ahead and lift the camera up. You really can't see it because of the fog. But it is down there. Don't do it. We're going to show you how to get there. So what you're looking at right now is a satellite view of the car park right above the caves. Well, kind of above the caves. Where we were just standing, where we said don't come here, is over here in this corner. But if you look at the satellite image, on the other side of the parking lot, and it kind of wraps around to right above the cave entrance, you'll see a trail. That's what you want to take. That's what we are taking. We scoped it out. Just be careful. In a moment, we're going to put away the camera as we walk down the hillside. It's more of a hillside than a cliffside over on this part. But looking down right now, I think you guys can hear it. Let me be quiet for a moment. So that's the sound of the ocean. And then this right here This is the notorious, the infamous Sonny Bean Cave. That is where we are heading, and we have to climb down here. This is crazy. This is nuts. Now, when it comes to the stories, the legend of Sonny Bean, you have to remember that it's really just that. But with every good story, they're always based in some sort of fact. And the more you read up on the Sonny Bean clan and the cannibalism and the horrors here in Scotland, the more it's going to terrify you. I mean, it terrified Wes Craven enough, or it inspired him enough to make a horror movie called The Hills Have Eyes. Now, I'm always bad with numbers. Now, the Sonny Bean clan, we mentioned Sonny Bean and we mentioned Black Agnes, but then they had a family. They had kids, and then they had grandkids, and then it became this whole incestuous thing. And I'm bad with numbers, like I said, so I have this pulled up. I'm going to read it. It says the pair, Sonny Bean and Black Agnes, produced 6 daughters, 8 sons, 14 granddaughters, and 18 grandsons. The grandchildren were said to be products of incest between their children. So you have this family, the Sonny Bean clan, and they would rob passerbys of this hill, of this road that's on the other side of this hill right above us. And they would eat these people. And the townspeople at first thought they were animals that were committing all these disgusting bloody bits along the road. And then they thought it was the innkeepers, because most of the innkeepers they were the last people to see these victims alive. I mean, they were passerbys, so it made sense. But when we get down there, and right before we go in the cave, we're going to tell you what led to their capture. It's a crazy story. As you can see, the path that we were pointing out, enough people have come out here to just kind of have a footpath just worn into the hillside. Let's go ahead and take a look over here. Oh man. So technically we've done the easy part. We made it to the rim. So from here on out, this is the path that goes down to the water and to the cave entrance. And we got to put the camera away for this. We have to have both hands. I guess if we wanted to, we could have brought a GoPro or something like that to get the shots, but typically we don't like the way that those cameras look, especially in a situation like this. We did, however, bring our drone. So at some point we are going to get that up in the air. We call it the ghostly swoosh. Hoping, I feel very Wicker Man-ish right now. I'm hoping we're gonna get some really good aerial shots. Plus, I just want to really get inside the cave.
On another note, Scotland is a very beautiful country. Very beautiful during springtime and summer. It's okay during the winter, but it gets very cold there. Because I know my stepdad's real ancestors came from there. His great ancestors came from there. They got a castle out there too. So anyway, I'm Gerald Trail. Basically, there have been a bunch of accounts of that. One account here in Scotland. There have been 3 accounts here in the United States about inbred cannibalism. I do that on top of this video as well. Before 10 o'clock, I'm going to try to wrap this all up before 10 so I can lay down and go to sleep because I got to get back up in the morning on my job. Yeah. As you know, I'm still working for that job I told you about before. I'm still working with them. Going 2 years, going on 3. Hopefully. If nothing comes along. Hopefully I'll be there for about 5 maybe until I retire. If everything goes right with the company, yo. But anyway, back with the job here. Alright, night job. Back to the video, shall we? Ah, got me talking.
This should put everything into perspective. There's Jessica coming down the last little bit here. She is a trooper. You're a trooper, baby ghoul. She was a little afraid that she wasn't going to be able to make it. But we did. Oh man. First impressions, baby ghoul.
This is really beautiful. I feel like I've discovered another part of the earth that hasn't been touched, that's been laying quietly under the crust or something like that, you know? But you know what I did find?
What's that?
Dead mouse.
A dead mouse.
Yeah.
Doesn't this kind of give you also Jurassic Park vibes?
Yes, it does. It really does. I don't need to add that to my anxiety, but I think we're okay. I think we're okay.
Now, directly behind Jessica, as she walks down here, you can see some metal on the hillside. Again, directly above us is a highway. So we're guessing at some point a car or a tractor trailer or probably part of a bridge.
It looks like a truck. I can see the cab and like it's one of those flatbed haulers.
So over this way, we're going to line up. Well, there's not really any shots to line up, but we are going to show you a few different things and talk about stuff.
Oh, it's
So-
black sand.
The ocean right there, and the entrance to the caves, the Sonny Bean Caves, are out across the rocks a little bit and to the right. And you cannot get here unless it is low tide, which it is low tide right now. And in fact, the next couple of hours, it's going to get even lower. And this is important because one of the reasons the Sonny Bean clan went unnoticed or didn't get caught for 25 years.
Wow.
They were eating people for 25 years. Is because, oh, here's the thing. The magistrate, the people of the towns, knew that there was a cave here. And they came down here and there's no way people can live in there.
Right.
And so they dismissed it. But,
Because how would they get them down the cliff?
exactly. And think about this, right? So we know the caves are over here to the left.
Yes.
Just right over there. And we're going to point it out, like I said. But before we do that, just imagine this, right? The Sonny Bean story. Turn around, baby, go and look up. So that's the cliff that we came down. There's a road up there. Can you imagine? 16th century. These people ambushing people as they pass by to the town. And they rob them and they kill them. Now, just picture this. Just bear with me.
Why did
Imagery,
they need
right?
money?
What?
Why did they need money?
I don't know. Well, I think ultimately they ended up robbing them for food.
I see.
All right?
Makes
But
sense.
just picture this. Imagine if you're up there on the road and you beat somebody up, knock them unconscious, and you want to eat them. Are you going to carry that body down the cliffside like you just walked?
No, I'll tell you what I probably would do. This is a pretty tight inlet, and on either side, these rocks are pretty high, and then the beach ends. What I would probably do is take the body to the lowest point, which is over here in a field, throw it in the water.
Now, it's funny you say that. So, this family, a big family,
Yeah.
would take these bodies into the caves. They would chop them up, they would eat them, and then they would discard of whatever they didn't use. They were finding body parts along the beach in the towns. That's one of the things that people went, wait a second, something is not right here.
That's why they thought it was an animal.
They thought it was an animal.
I see. If you think about it, man and woman, sister and brother, how often do you and I eat? Maybe once a day?
Right?
I mean, more than that, but if we have to go without food, once a day, for sure. I imagine they ate every few days. She gets pregnant, they start popping out babies. Eventually there's grandkids. That's a lot of mouths to feed when you can't just go fishing, pluck a vegetable, when you're literally robbing and eating people. That's a lot of mouths to feed. And I'm surprised they didn't get caught much sooner.
Now you have to keep in mind, 25 years this went on, that Sonny Bean and his clan, Black Agnes and their kids and their grandkids, they were eating people. Well, it took one person. Criminals always slip up. You
Yeah.
see, there was one day, there was a man and a woman on, well, according to legend, they were on the same horse. They were riding, and the clan overtook them. But they were able to get the woman, the wife, off the horse. They killed her, but with the help of some other people passing by, the man got away. And he ran to the magistrate and he said, listen, I was just attacked. And they got the king involved. They got a whole bunch of bloodhounds and they came out here and they tracked the scents. Just imagine how this would smell down here. They tracked the scents to this cave. And what they found, well, when we go into the cave, we're going to tell you in somewhat gory detail what they found.
Family-friendly, gory detail.
Family-friendly,
Yeah.
That's important. We're a family-friendly channel. Talking about cannibals. All right. So I'm going to point out a few different things. The first one being the obvious. That right there, that rock formation, that is the Sawney Bean Caves. And we came down the hillside just to the right of the summit there. The entrance, the only way to get into it is when it's low tide like it is now. That in fact, the water level is going to keep going down over the next couple hours. We're kind of here a little early. But if you came out here during high tide, you wouldn't get there. There's no way of knowing. You wouldn't even know that they were here. You need to stand out in the water to see it. That's why they went undetected for so long. Now, in case you were wondering, we did come prepared. Not only do we have the drone, but we have some headlamps with us. And we're going to walk up to the entrance to the cave and go in. Well, as far as we can. Keep in mind that this all happened back to in the 16th century. Some people say the 15th century. But people have been inside it. We're going to go in with our cameras and lights and see what's there. Now, Baby Goal, you've been over here picking up things. What did you find?
So at home, we have a little glass bell jar with keepsakes from the pet cemetery locations we did because it was so physically difficult on me and it was so beautiful at the same time. It was a perfect experience. So I have a little patch of moss and some stones from the quarry. So I thought I'd grab a bit of black sand here, you know, a couple of stones. I got a cool shell. And then I found this guy.
Wait a second. Is that a bone?
I think it's a bone. It seems to be a bone. Animal bone, I'm sure, at least. I hope.
But that makes sense. I mean, okay, if we were going to go visit the Sawney Bean Cave, you have to take a bone with you.
I hope you don't find any. But,
right?
I did find some dead animals already down the cliff, so I'm pretty solid that it's an animal bone.
I'm going to try to do this walking across these rocks and filming at the same exact time, so I can't guarantee that it's going to be the most cinematic looking thing. But we have to walk across this. So right now, during high tide, we'd be walking underwater. Oh my word. So, Baby Goal, wait till you see this. So right there in the center, there was I remember reading online, they said that there was a giant boulder blocking the path that you have to crawl over.
Right.
But you can see it. You see the giant boulder? The center of your screen. Let me go ahead and zoom in here a little bit. Well hidden in the hillside, in the cliffside, is that hole with the boulder right about the center of your screen. Yeah, there is no way that they would have saw this. Baby Goal, there are two versions to this legend. The first one being, when they got here, they went inside, they were able to capture everybody without a fight. They put them in handcuffs and they took them to Edinburgh, to the Tolbooth prison. We're going to visit that later on. The other legend is they came down here and they lit whatever incendiary they were using at the time, and they basically suffocated the clan inside the caves. In fact, when we get up here, when we were doing research of this, Jessica was reading about what they found, like the account of what the soldiers found when they went inside the caves, the carnage, if you will. And when we get up there, we're going to have Jessica talk about it. But we're almost there. This seems almost impossible. I'm trying to be as smooth as possible here. One-handing it. I got one hand on the wall watching my step. I will say this. Every video that we've ever seen of this place, for the most part, has not been very clear. It's been like very either GoPro-ish or very grainy. So hopefully, if you're watching this, you're enjoying the efforts here. So this is the giant rock. Oh man. Truth be told, baby goal, I think this rock getting over the boulder into the caves is probably going to be the hardest part of our descent down here. But we got this. We came this far. We got to go over.
How about getting out? It's going to be worth it.
Right? As above, so below. It's almost a completely vertical climb.
Pigeons!
Right? So I am 6'2", and I have the camera lifted above my head to probably about like, I'm going to say 6'5", 6'6", just so we can see inside it. And you can see it's just like a very slim, shallow crack in there. Please watch your step. I got you if you fall backwards.
Oh, so much bird poop. Oh, it's fresh.
You're in though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me go ahead and hand you the camera. Because it's such a tight quarters, we are leaving our backpacks behind. We have lights and cell phones if need be. Oh shoot, okay, there are birds there. Wasn't expecting that. Not a fan of birds. Everybody be calm, everybody be cool. You see the birds up there on the right-hand side of the crack? There's two of them. So we're going to move as slow as possible. I'm going to go ahead and put the camera down and pretend like they're not even there. We have our headlamps in our hands. And in we go. If I scream like a little girl, oh Jesus. Okay. Oh God.
They're so cute.
Oh, I don't like birds.
They're just pigeons.
How funny is it that, like, birds will scare me, but this does not. Oh my word. I can see my breath. Stay there, baby girl. So obviously a lot of graffiti in here. I read somewhere that it goes back 200 feet, or is it 200 meters? I'm always bad with that kind of stuff. Again, numbers. This is definitely one of the coolest things we have ever done. It's a lot bigger than what I thought it was going to be. But can you imagine? 16th century. Living in here. So we both have headlamps. We're going to try not to point it at the camera. So this is the main chamber, and it goes back quite a bit. Oh, we got the horror in here. I feel like we're going to encounter something like... So it goes back that way, and then what's over here? Is it just dark? Oh, it's a smaller. I don't know, baby gold. What do you think? You want to go in? So, when they came in here and they arrested the Sonny Bean clan. The story is that there were so many body parts everywhere, that there were body parts being pickled and body parts hanging from hooks, and it was just absolutely disgusting. And you can imagine, I'm just picturing the smell of this place. Hey, come in here. Not even the smell, just imagine like, okay, so what they would do, I gotta duck down. Oh, I don't like this. They would have to duck down like this and just walk through disgusting, mucky, blah. There are arms everywhere. Oh, it just keeps going back. Look at that. Oh my word.
Seal it off.
It looks like it might end here. Oh, somebody says there's some graffiti that says 1962. Right here, it looks like it probably ends, or it goes around. You gonna go check it out, baby?
Sure.
Go for it. You're short.
I think it ends.
It wasn't like an elaborate cave system, like 200 meters, 200 feet. This is probably about it.
This is it.
Jessica was just saying that you already cannot hear the ocean, and that she forgot that it was there. Oh man, I'm gonna turn the light off here for a moment.
My light too?
No, you're good. Ooh. 6'2". I gotta pretty much crawl down. It was me hitting my shoulder. Oh, geez Louise. Since you were a lot shorter than I am,